Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? Is that particular girl or is that particular guy your best friend? Or you can explain. Do you have another lady you call your best friend even when you have a girlfriend? Do you have another guy you call your best friend even when you have a boyfriend? And in a worst case scenario, are you married? Do you have a best friend aside your husband? Are you married? Do you have a best friend aside your wife? If yes, then this video is for you and you need to watch this video. You see, in 2025, one of the things that I want our generation to think about is to become different. And so this is the first episode in what I have entitled Gen Z Chronic Love and Relationship Trends. Our generation, there seems to be so much of a disease that spans across various ages, that spans across various educational levels, and there is a need for us to talk about. Today's episode is going to focus on an integral aspect of most relationships that has to do with friendship. Now, there are various forms of friendship, and so basically let me define friendship as a mutual, voluntary, a cordial relationship between two or more people who share a common goal, a common interest, who are there to support one another, who are there to comfort one another, who are there to help one another. There are several forms of friendship, whether you are acquaintances, whether you are casual friends, whether you are close friends, whether you are intimate friends. These are all levels or forms of friendship. And in this episode, we are not going to delve into the forms of friendship. But we have a bigger question we want to answer. The question is, can two individuals of the opposite sex become best of friends even when these two people have separate boyfriends and girlfriends? My name is Frank. Let's assume that I am going out with someone, a lady, and I have a best friend, but this best friend is not the person I'm going out with. And let's also assume that another lady, let me call her Comfort, is going out with a guy and she also has another best friend. This best friend is not the guy she's going out with. In our generation today, many people call it friends with benefits. Some people call it besties. Some may call it destiny helpers. But I want to suggest to you that regardless of the name or the term we give to these relationships, there are recipes for a disaster in our marriages. They are serving as recipes for a disaster in our boyfriend or girlfriend relationships. And I want to give us 5 reasons I think that if you have a girlfriend and she has a boyfriend, it's either she chooses between you or her best friend. If you have a girlfriend and she has a boy, she has a best friend, it's either she chooses between her best friend or you. And if you're a guy and you have a girlfriend, additionally you have a best friend, in 2025, it's either you choose between your best friend and your girlfriend. You need to settle with one and make one your best friend as well as your girlfriend. You need to make one your best friend as well as your boyfriend. And I'm going to give us 5 good reasons I think that these relationships are actually recipes or stages or setting you ready. They are setting you for a disaster in your relationship. Now, as part of my reasons, I just want to give us 5 of these reasons I think that these relationships are recipes for a disaster in our relationships. The first reason is that many of these relationships have blurred boundaries. In fact, many of these relationships do not have boundaries at all. Many of these besties thing we hear in our society don't have boundaries. So they don't have boundaries when it comes to communication. They don't have boundaries when it comes to touch. They don't have boundaries when it comes to words. They don't have boundaries when it comes to the kind of movies they should watch. They don't have boundaries when it comes to the kind of music both of them should listen to. And in a situation where there are no boundaries between two people who are friends, obviously anything goes, everything goes. So we have the term friends with benefits, and indeed they are really enjoying some benefits. So your girlfriend has a bestie, and this bestie is a male. Your boyfriend has a bestie, and this bestie is a female. You can present me with all the arguments in the world, all the arguments you know, all the valid reasons the relationship should not be a problem. But I am telling you by experience, I am telling you by research, I am telling you by conversations with other people that it is setting you up for a fall. It is preparing a stage for you where you are going to fall. Because these people don't have boundaries. Most of them don't have boundaries. And one would argue that, what if I have a boundary? What if the bestie has a boundary? Okay, you may have a boundary, but in the first place, it doesn't make sense. You are going out, you have a partner. Why don't you make that partner your bestie? So that whatever conversations, whatever level of intimacy you have with this bestie, you transfer it to your partner. And sometimes it's because we've known these besties for long, or these people for long. We find it very difficult to terminate, or not terminate, but reduce the level of intimacy, the level of closeness we have with them. However, so far as you've decided to go out, or so far as you've decided to have a relationship, you need to decide. You need to make a decision. The second reason is that most of these relationships, there are mixed signals. You see, it gets to a point where for many guys or many ladies, they are not too sure if now cool square and say the oil nice or feeling me, the human feeling me, bestie. You don't know feeling me or feeling me, and we feeling me. So often that not, there are mixed signals, and this mixed signal sometimes is even sent to your partner. So your partner begins to have mixed feelings about this claimed bestie, this claimed close friend, this claimed intimate friend. And because often than not it comes with mixed signals, for me, in my perspective, I think that it is a recipe for a disaster in your marriage. Anything that is creating a mixed signal, either between you and that person, it could be a co-worker, it could be a national service personnel, it could be a church member. If it is creating a mixed signal to your partner and even to you yourself, know that it is likely to set you up for a broken relationship. The reason is that since you don't have boundaries, you've not really defined the relationship, and so most of the things you are doing are sending wrong signals to the person, and the person is unable to interpret the signal, or the person is unable to give meaning to the signal you are offering. The third reason is that it serves as a basis for suspicion and insecurities. Regardless of who you are going out, whether it's a preacher, a church leader, a prophet, a bishop, you can name them. Whether it's an alaji, a malam, whatever the case may be, as humans as we are, we begin to think about things we think are weird. We begin to assess situations we think do not conform to normality. And when we think that these things are not normal, when we think that there's something going wrong, when our instinct inform us of things that may not be going on well, it could be problematic. It could be problematic because whatever relationship you have with this bestie, who is not your girlfriend, who is not your boyfriend, is creating some level of suspicion, some level of insecurity. Why? Because there are no boundaries, because you are also sending mixed signals. And so most of them create suspicion, create insecurity. It even has jealousy. So sometimes this boyfriend feels jealous of your relationship with this bestie, and even sometimes the bestie also feels jealous of your relationship with your partner. I mean, what kind of mess do we find ourselves in this generation? What kind of sickness are we entertaining in our generation? The fourth reason is that because relationships between people involve some level of intimacy, and here intimacy is not about sex. We are talking about emotional intimacy. Because relationships involves emotional intimacy, you see, think about this. There is a likelihood that your girlfriend is depositing into the bestie's love bank, and this bestie is also depositing into your girlfriend's love bank. Now, in every relationship, there are problems, there are challenges. When you have a challenge with your partner, the bestie becomes a second best option. She would go for the emotional support from. She will go for affection from. He will go for emotional support from this lady. He will go for affection from this lady. And as time goes on, they deposit love units in their love banks. And church, my friend, don't think that because they are in the church, they are besties in the church. Everything is fine, everything is okay, they can continue their relationship. No. Because even for those who are in the church, they are still having sex with these besties. They are still kissing these besties. They are still doing a number of things with these besties. They are going to pool parties together, semi-naked, fondling, hugging inappropriately. And all these are gradually leading to an affair that shouldn't happen. So let me ask you, are you sure you want to entertain your partner, your wife, to be with another man, to be with another woman as a bestie? For me, it's a no, 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 no. And I would recommend that there should be a no, no, no for you in 2025. Now, that is the conclusion of the whole matter, like Solomon said. I am not saying, you're also informing us to be very mindful of what people call besties, because in our generation, it is a sick relationship trend. It is a sick love trend. It is a disease in our generation that we need to talk about. Well, if you disagree with me, you can leave your comments at the comment section. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for staying with me up to this point. Thank you for enjoying the video. I'd be glad that you would subscribe, you would share. I'd also be glad that you watch other episodes as well. Thank you.